Additional revenue streams for your gym or fitness business. My name's Stephen. I'm a long-term gym CrossFit affiliate owner, long-term media person, business helper, all of these things in between. Doesn't really matter who I am. I've got lots of information that will help you grow the revenue in your gym. Now for me, I'm in quite a unique position where I don't need to take a wage from my gym. So this isn't to pay myself, but you can use these additional revenue streams if that is something that you do just to grow the cash flow in your gym to do cool things with. I use it to put things back into the gym, buy new equipment, put on new stuff, and generally just grow the space. So if you're somebody that has a gym or works in a gym or wants to just generally grow a gym somewhere, these are things that I have applied to my gym that have increased the revenue overall to be able to put back into the space. Every single one of these are things I've done, apart from one. Some of them require an upfront cost, some of them are just set it and forget it. They're a real mixture, but you can take at least 2 or 3 of these and apply them in the next few days, and you will be increasing the revenue in your gym space. So let's get cracking straight away. The first one on this list isn't really something to implement, but this is look at your budget. Now, if we're talking about bringing extra cash in, you also want to think about the cash that's going out. So this sounds like a dumb idea, but make sure you know your numbers. If you're going to add additional revenue to your gym, you want to be able to justify what you're adding and what difference it's making. Even just as simple as a spreadsheet. Everything that you're going to spend, all the revenue that's going to come in, and what is the difference? What is each line item? Subscriptions you don't use that you pay for, insurances that you could be getting a better deal on, anything like that. Just write it all into a sheet. Try and squeeze the cash out first before you even think about adding in additional revenue. There's hidden stuff all over the place that will give you extra revenue into your business that you can then put back in and make a better space for. So get it out into the open on a sheet and make sure you know what the extra number is you have left over so that we can then grow it over time by adding additional things to it. So that's that. Now, moving on to actual money into your gym. Council, funding, or other types of grants. Now, this is money that you get for free that you don't have to pay back. You'd be very, very stunned how much governments and councils and stuff want to give to businesses that are helping the local community, especially like yours if it is a gym or a fitness space that's helping the longevity and health of other people. They want to give you money to help that. It's in their interest to do that. Find a local representative for your council or funding officer or social enterprise or any of that type of stuff. Find somebody who knows what they're talking about. Just Google it in your area and you'll find lots of these things you never knew about that you can make a link to it. Sometimes they will put conditions on these. Usually you can't pay yourself a wage from these things, but it does allow you to put on very cool stuff, buy some cool kit, do some extra events, any of that type of stuff. It's something just to think about. And if you haven't thought about it as a revenue stream, you can do it year on year. We've done it for our silvers, which are over 55s. We've done it for our kids' classes, got them extra equipment. There is stuff in there to be had. You just have to look about, go and apply for it. What's the worst that could happen? They say no. That's all. Next up, kind of in the same vein as that, is extra speciality classes. If you have people that are very well versed in things like SEN, in kids, in silvers, in teens, in elderly, in disabilities, any of those types of things, doubling down on those is a really cool way to provide an amazing service that gives you great feels, but also you can charge a little bit extra for it. You do have to be careful to see if there's any extra expertise that you might need to hire in, if you need any courses you need to do or certificates you need to be able to work with these groups of people. Make sure you're covered to the hilt. Use AI to find out what you need to do these things, but that is also a stream that you could use, especially in the dead time in the gym when there's a quiet space that you could use. If you're passionate about health and fitness, this is where you're going to get the best bang for your buck from a brain point of view, but also you can charge a fair bit for it because it is a service that not many people are willing to double down into. Speaking of dead space, do you have a dead space during the day or the evening where you could rent this out to a local football team, to a local sports team, local dance team, anything at all that you can think of? If there's dead space time, have a look around and think of what could people use this space for. People want space, and if it's dead time for you that's genuinely creating no revenue, you could undercut everybody else for it. There are so many ways you could use the space that you have got. You could also put classes on in those times, but for that, if it's just dead space and you can't fill it, get somebody else to rent it. There will be somebody out there that wants to use it. Advertise the shit out of it. See if you can get somebody to take it. Charge an hourly rate, charge a monthly fee, charge whatever you want. Use that time wisely. Next up, we've got merch. By merch, I just mean branded kit. T-shirts, joggers, hats. Find a supplier that works for you. You can hold the stock, which is quite difficult from a size point of view, or you can find somebody like Onya. I'm not affiliated with them. I pay them to use their service where they do a print on demand service. They set you up a website. Your members can go on. They handle all of the shipping. They handle the production. and you get a slice of the cost. It's just something that it's advertising for you technically for free, and you make a little bit of money off it. So it's something you've not thought about. Google Print on Demand, or go and check out Onya and have a look at them and see what they can do for you, because it's something that is a no-brainer to have as an extra to your gym if you don't have it already. The next one in the same vein is to have some type of store. So this is to sell things like gymnastics grips or supplements or anything that you want to sell from your gym. There's always a cool way to do it. You can partner up with a lot of different brands, like Velites, for example, sell grips and ropes and everything in between, and they'll supply it for you at wholesale. You can sell it at retail, you make a small bit of profit, you make everybody happy, and they've got cool all singing, all dancing kit. It's an extra little bit of revenue. It's not absolutely massive, but it's something that you can kind of set it and forget it, as long as you remember to bring back in stock when it runs out. Easy peasy. That's all. It's a good one to think about. Next up is a little bit left field, but we're coming back to the dead space thing. So we recently took on a franchise called Raw Kids Gymnastics. Now, we had a separate piece of space in the gym that we don't really use too much, and we've managed to start this fantastic business of kids gymnastics. It's a franchise called Raw Kids Gymnastics, and they give you all of the programming, they put you in touch with someone to lease the equipment, they give you all of the training, they give you qualifications, the brand, and everything in between. All you need to find is willing people locally who you can get in to be able to do the courses and to do the coaching and to set it and forget it. It's a little bit of extra revenue. Once you pay the taxes and the VATs and the franchise fees and everything in between, it isn't a huge amount, but it is an extra revenue stream, and it is lots of eyes on your stuff. We make people walk through our CrossFit gym to get to the Raw Kids thing, so we can say, hey, look at this cool thing you could be doing aside to your kids doing the gymnastics thing. So it's quite a cool thing to think about. It's worth having a conversation with them if you've got dead time during the day, because that's when the youngest kids we do from crawling all the way up to 7 years old. And it's just a great time to be able to fill that space. Quite hectic, rewarding, but extra revenue. Next up, if you specifically need certain parts of kit. I have not done this yet. I might not at some point in my life, but I've seen lots of gyms do it. And this is a GoFundMe for new kit. If you have a massive overhaul of kit that you want and you're struggling to chase the revenue at one side to pay for it all, you can do a GoFundMe. Your members would benefit. You can give them something back for this. They get their name on a board or their name on a wall or a special t-shirt. You can do it with this. But people, the local community, your local community, you'd be so surprised how willing they are to help you if you're in a position where you're not able to get new stuff. They want new fancy stuff. Some of them have extra disposable income. They're going to be using it every single day. It's something worth thinking about. I've seen gyms do it very well. It's not something I've done yet, but it's absolutely something you could be given a thought to. Next one up, we've got competitions or workshops. Now, this is the one that takes the biggest amount of work, sometimes for the littlest amount of return, depending on how you run it, but events and workshops on specific things that you're good at in your niche. CrossFit comps, functional fitness comps, get an expert in to do a workshop on lifting or stretching or postnatal or prenatal or any of this type of stuff. Getting people in to do workshops, you take a slice of it, is a perfect way to add an additional service for your members and for the people in the gym, and also give you a little bit of revenue. The events and comps thing is probably a one for a completely separate video, but it is something that is absolutely doable if your space is big enough. Even if it's not, you can make a tiny space work. In any realm of whatever you do, spin competition, run competition, any of the types of things that you do in your gym, you can make it work in a comp fashion. You just need good people behind you to help you. But that is a one to think about if you haven't thought about it before. If they can do it, so can you. The next one up is specialty programming. It might be something you already have through your delivery mechanism. So you might already do one-off programs, specialty programs, but you can bolt this on. If you've got your normal GPP program that everybody follows, why not just create a template program? Most of the time, if somebody comes to you with an issue like it is, I want pull-ups or I want to increase my back squat or whatever, you as a person would prescribe the same stuff each time. It would just differ by not very much, percentages, anything like that. But create yourself a few templates of the way that you would do it, put your spin on it. Don't use AI completely, don't just make it random garbage, but do something once and it's evergreen, it lasts forever, you can sell it on. People will pay a little bit extra to use something like that, especially when it came from you personally, because they know you, you're the one teaching, coaching, owning. They want you to give them something, and you can cuddle them along the way and help them and give them feedback and that type of stuff, but as a one-off, it's a good thing to do. You can also just bolt on general additional programming that people can sign up to. Depending on what your membership structure looks like, people could pay a little bit extra to get access to extra programming. I include it in my main membership anyway, but it is something that you could think about for these one-off token ones where they pay an X amount for X block, or you can add it on as full ongoing evergreen additional programming that comes as part of the membership. The next one is a funky one. We have a coffee machine lease. So we leased a coffee machine, started a coffee club, found someone to supply us with coffee. And so the lease that we did it through, you just type in lease upgrade coffee machine, whatever. If you've ever been into a gym where the coffee is rubbish and the machine is rubbish, if you're like anything like me, you want something much better than that. The machine costs us about 100 quid a month. We started a coffee club. Don't know what the coffee costs, maybe 30, 40 quid, but you get people to pay something, 12 quid a month for unlimited coffee, and the thing pays for itself and gives you a little bit extra. If you're a little less lenient than me, you could make a little bit of money off that rather than just charging 2 quid, 3 quid a coffee, because then obviously you've got an outlay in the first place. But with a lease, there's no real outlay. It pays for itself and it gives a little bit extra back into the gym. One to think about. And last up, this is left field, but it's just something that I have been thinking about for a while, is recovery stuff. Think about the inflatable boots, massage guns, sauna, ice bath. These things require some upfront costs, so that's why it's not higher up on the list as an additional revenue item. But you can hire these things out, or you could have a specific space for recovery. People take recovery very seriously. Find somebody that knows what they're talking about locally. Get them to kit the space out for you if you have the additional revenue, and it's a great place to just wind up a little bit of an extra service that you can bolt on to charge for that. So I tried to be as fast with this as possible and not really break down every single one in detail. If you have a specific question about how any of them work, please let me know. But if you could take 1 or 2 or even 3 of these away in the next couple of days, you could deploy them. Easy peasy. It's extra revenue for your gym, extra money for you if you're someone who takes money from the gym, or extra kit and extra services back into the gym. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe, do all the stuff in between. And if you've got any other topics you'd like me to cover, please let me know. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.